Doreen, Dolly here with Sunny Sewing. So I got your tacker completely done. I got some clamping. I had to do a little work on the clamping, make sure I got one thin enough for you on the box X. But I believe it is going to be just fine now. And then we'll move over to the tacking clamp, and I'll show you that in a little bit. But since I have this one mounted, let's go ahead and start with this one. So to turn it on, we're going to click that button right there, the on button. The screen is going to pop up and it'll initialize itself right now. Okay. So what I did is I made all the patterns that I did for you, Doreen. I've actually put them in quick icon buttons. So all you'll have to do when you go through them is pay attention to the PO1, PO2, PO3, and then this is the folder. So under folder number 1, and I know that's black on purple, it's kind of hard to see, but you see number 1 there? That kind of tells you what the folders are. And so I put all your vertical tags under folder number 1 with programs PO1, PO2, PO3. Those are your 3 different sizes. And then to go to the box X program, since we have the box X clamp on there, we're going to push that cycle button for the folders. It's going to go put us at number 2 right there. Again, I know that's kind of hard to see, but it's number 2. And then I have PO4 and PO6 for you. If we push PO4, it's going to change it to our box X pattern. Over here, you're going to see the sizes in millimeters. So that's going to tell you that's the big one because it's got 18 mil and 17.2. And that's about as close as I can get to accommodate that clamp. And so let's say we want to do the the PO4, the PO4 is going to be for your 1 inch. When we click on the PO6, it's going to see the values of millimeters changed to 15.5 and 15.5. That's going to be for your 3/4 inch webbing. So PO4 for 1 inch, PO6 for 1/4 inch, 3/4 inch. Okay, so let's go ahead and do since I have the 1 inch webbing here handy, let's put the PO4. We're going to click this icon right here. The blue icon is going to be basically telling the machine that to get ready to sew. Okay, the machine initializes itself and then lifted the foot up.
Alrighty.
Okay, so for example, I put this buckle, the black one on here, and I'm going to do a 1 fold. We're going to take that. And then on this one, Doreen, we're going to kind of center it in the middle right here. So make sure you're covering that hole on the bottom. The pedal itself has 2 stages. So 1 stage, just to put it down. And then if you let go, you just push it slightly. It'll put it down. If you take your foot off of it, it'll put it back up. So once you have it positioned right, let's say right there, and then you push further with the pedal, it'll actually start to sew. Okay, so that's going to be the box X on there. That's the bottom, that's the top. Okay, and so let's try it with this buckle here. And you can actually do 3 layers on this machine with absolutely no problem at all. You just need to make sure that when you fold it, you have enough space for that clamp to basically cover the full width. So let's say we want to do a 3-fold right here. I'm going to put that under. Again, lightly to position it. And we're happy with that position. Push it further down. Okay. That's the back end. And of course, you're going to have to pay attention now and maybe a little too much in that, but once you get the hang of it and the positioning and all that, it should be a snap. To switch to the 3/4 inch. So we're going to push PO6. Again, it's going to change our values on the size right here, 15.5, 15.5. And then let's fold it double right now. And also, Doreen, pay attention to where that hole is. So basically, since this is just slightly smaller webbing, make sure that we cover that hole right there, the needle hole. Push that down. And if we're good with that, again, more pressure on the foot. And there is that one. And then we can also do a 3-fold with no problem. 3 layers right there. And that's that one. Okay, so now, Doreen, let's say we want to go back to doing the vertical tags. What we're going to have to do is turn off the machine. You're going to have 2 springs, one on each side, that lowers the clamp. I usually take those off, so every time I change a clamp, I take those off so they're not in the way, and then it kind of loosens the clamp for us, right? You're going to have 5 screws, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Those are going to have to be loosened and taken out. You're going to have that black plate that covers the clamping here. So that's your top clamp with the 2 feet. We're going to take those out, remove those, put a new one on there, and then this is your bottom plate. The bottom plate is going to have a Allen bolt here. We're going to loosen that, take that off, and then we're going to replace it.
Right.
Okay, Doreen, so I put the clamp on first. First, I like to put the top clamp on there because once you put that down, since we don't have the springs on there, you can kind of move it up and down. The bottom plate has to be aligned to correspond with the top clamp. And so, see, now I have that bolt in there, but I still have some movement on there. So what you want to do is when you put that bottom plate, make sure that there's no metal showing like that. So make sure that that whole hole is basically free. And so I'm going to put it right there. Once we get that done, we're going to tighten it up. And you can go ahead and put some pressure in this one because we don't want that bottom plate moving. So tighten that back up pretty good here. And then the other thing, don't forget to put the springs back. So we're going to put spring back here, other side as well. Okay, so now spring loaded. And then I usually grab it by hand and just kind of eyeball it to the middle, to the hole in the needle plate there. So that's good. So once we have that done, we're going to turn it on. Again, initializes itself. Okay, so now we're done with that box clamp. So we don't want the box pattern to be hitting any of this. So now we're going to go to the tacking patterns. So what we're going to do again, so we're in folder number 2 right there. 3, 4, 5, and then back to 1. And that's where all our vertical tacking patterns are. So 1 is going to be your 1 inch. 2 is going to be your 3/4 inch. And 3, it's going to be your 1/2 inch or 5/8. So let's go number 1. We're going to push the blue button again. Sets the machine ready to go. And the way I have it programmed, Doreen, so you see that green point in the middle there? That's your starting point. And so I'm starting everything from the south, going back up, down, doing the zigzag, and it'll come back over here. And the reason I did that, so let's say when we want to put, let's say we want to do it the 1 inch right here. So you basically, when you're putting this for placement purposes, since I don't have a guide, you can color code the bottom plate if it makes it easier for you. But usually you just want to come and cover that hole right there. And that's going to be your good, like a reference point for starting, right? And positioning. So let's say for all intents and purposes, we're going to put it right there. Again, we're going to clamp down. Okay. And that's going to be your 1 inch vertical tack. And you can keep going over that one, over and over and over. Okay, and then we can do 3 layers. That's 2 layers. Okay, here's the one with the 3 layers right here. Cover that one. that's gonna be that tack. And it's gonna be very strong. How many stitches do I have in there? Like 51 stitches total, with the lines going down, up and down, and then your zigzag. So that's gonna be a good, strong tack on there. Again, let's do 3 layers here. So I'm gonna, placement-wise, I'm gonna just cover that hole. Put the foot down. Okay. So 3 layers right there. That's the back, that's the front. Okay, so if we're going to your 3/4 inch, let's do 3 layers on this one as well. All you have to do is push P02. That's all you have to do. The machine initializes itself. And now again, you're gonna bring the webbing to your covering that hole. And there it is. I'm gonna do it again. And so that was 3 layers. And then go on to the smallest one, which is going to push P03. Machine initializes itself again. And we'll do 3 layers of this. There it is. And it's super strong. I'm using the Tech 70 thread, bonded nylon. That's probably the one that I'd recommend for dog collar and straps and things like that. So I think that'll be a good thread for you. It'll never break or come apart.